Okay, now I know a lot of people make videos like this, and what's gonna set my video from all of theirs? Well, I'm gonna be going over some of the similar concepts that they bring about, but I'm also gonna go a little bit more into why those are successful. All right, going into number one is allow yourself to make mistakes. Now, it's really easy to be unmotivated as soon as you play against somebody who's just like completely skilled and they just absolutely destroy you. You think that, oh, well, I just have to play with better people and then I'll get better. But the thing is, they're so beyond your skill level that they're just punishing for everything that you do, and you don't even get a chance to play the game and practice these things. The way you're going to get better is over time. You're going to do those habits or whatever you have, and you're going to learn from them. It's all about making mistakes. Like, be willing to make mistakes. When you make a mistake, you learn from that mistake. It's like a dog when it does something bad. You flick it on its nose, and it doesn't really know what it is that it did wrong, but then it does it again, and then you flick on his nose, and you tell him, no, don't do that. And then it happens again, and then eventually the dog just becomes obedient and understands that, hey, I should not use the carpet as a way to relieve myself. I need to go outside. And the same thing when you're playing Smash. When you air dodge and you get punished for the air dodge over and over and over, eventually you just start to adapt. But when you play against a player who's really, really good, they're already waiting for that, and they just punish you for every single time, and they kill you for it. So you don't even get a chance to play the game. You don't get to make that many mistakes, because the small amount of mistakes that you do make just ends up making you lose the game immediately. So play with people at your skill level. We'll just go right into number two, which is go to more tournaments. Yes, go to more tournaments. When you go to a tournament for the first time, you get the worst seeding, you get the last seeding. But then you play against the first seed, or whatever is, you play against a really good seed, and you get bodied the first game. But your second game, you get put against somebody who's like equal or closer to your skill level, and you have the chance to win. And you will learn from that game, because there will be some things that you do wrong. And you will get punished for them, but you won't get punished for everything, but you'll get a chance to make more mistakes and learn from those mistakes. Also, when you get to go to a tournament, you get to play with a variety of people, and this is what is going to make it or break it for you, because you're not going to get good unless you expose yourself to a lot of different situations. A lot of players play really differently, and when you're going to a tournament, you've got to be ready to play against that really slow and patient player, or that really, really aggressive player, or that very just flowcharty person who just does like the same thing and just has like the very exact same rhythm, or a very well balanced player. And you have to be ready for all those situations, and you can't be ready for that if you just constantly play the same person all the time as your like training partner. You learn a lot, and you definitely learn the matchup that your training partner plays, but it's not the same. Okay, the third thing that I'm gonna go into is embrace your nervousness. Okay, everyone gets nervous, it happens, but why do you get nervous? It's your body saying, hey, I'm worried, I'm scared, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's a fight or flight mechanism. It's a defense mechanism. It's good for you. If someone were to break into my house right now, I would get that fight or flight mode. I would get nervous, but I would be alert and ready to go, and I would execute flawlessly to ensure that I survive. And the same thing happens when you get nervous playing Super Smash Bros. Or another video game. You get nervous, but when you're nervous, you're super alert, you're hyper focused. So you need to control that nervousness, not let it get over you, but instead understand that you are nervous, but know, hey, I'm nervous, that just means I'm super focused. Okay, what do I have to do to win? What can I do better? What is the player doing? What, is his habits? What am I doing that's really, really bad right now? Oh, I keep trying to approach him from the air. Let me stop that. Let me just stay grounded and let's play this game a little slower. Chances are you may not win, but you'll learn something. And the big number 3, set reasonable goals. Okay, now there's a reason why successful people are successful. They set goals and they hit those goals. And the same thing goes to being a competitor. If you go into a game with nothing in mind, but I'm just gonna try to win, you won't win. You just won't. If you want to win, you've got to think about how you're gonna win. Like, if you're playing against Marth and you're Rosalina, your goal is, well, you don't want to get hit by your sword, and you want to try to edge guard him. You want to try to spike him, and that's a goal. That's as simple as it is, and you could win just because of that goal. You prioritize stage control. You get him off stage and you spike him. But the thing is, you're thinking about the game, and you're playing this type of game where you're trying to execute this plan, and you're proactively making decisions based on that goal, as opposed to just going in there blindly with no goal. You're just gonna be playing, throwing out buttons. Oh, I just don't want to get hit. But are you gonna win? You probably won't even take the stock if that's what you're thinking. I just don't want to get hit. Now, even aside from just making goals inside game, but making goals outside a game and in life as well. Like, just making a goal every time you go to a tournament. Instead of saying, like, I want to get 8th place. Say, like, I want to work on, like, my edge guarding today. I want to work on my ledge traps. I want to try to focus on my movement. Like, let me just play the neutral the whole time. Like, making all these little goals every time you play will get you better, because you'll be playing with a purpose. Okay, now going into number 5 is obviously practice. Practice makes perfect. Everyone says it. But why? Why does practice make perfect? Why do I have to practice? Why can't I just think about the game and just meditate and then just pick up the controller and be a god? Who said that's not practice? There's this great book called The Inner Game of Tennis, where it talks about coaching, and it talks about the new metas of coaching. And sometimes the best way to learn is by observing somebody and seeing what they do, and then just trying to execute that. Watching is practice. Meditating is practice. Playing the game is practice. Labbing is practice. Playing the actual game against people is practice. Thinking about the game and what you can do, it's all practice. And I think you have to do a little bit of all of it to get really good. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Those are my 5 tips on how to get good in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Mally here. I made this channel for the community, hoping to provide some content for, maybe some starting players that are trying to get into the Smash Brothers scene. I've been playing competitively for about 3 years, so, I'm going to be doing a little bit more of this. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like and or even subscribe down below. Also, I left my Twitch information down here, so you guys can follow me, see when I go live. Come hang out, we'll have fun.